Hi everybody. Hi everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. And today, that is just how it's going to be for me. I am having I am having a a great food day. Sorry. I'm having this is just I'm having 1437 calories. My let's see, today's the 17th of May. So I'm obviously recording this a little bit early. I'm having 5 ounces of beef tenderloin previously cooked on the big green egg, so I will saute it in butter. I am having 50 grams of those great steak cut mushrooms. I don't know if you ever saw a picture of them. And I'm having 60 grams of asparagus done in the toaster oven with some coconut oil on it real quick for like 2 minutes. So the steak, the mushrooms, and the asparagus on one plate. And then I'm having a larger salad, Olivia's Spring Mix, 75 grams, arugula, Olivia's organic, 25 grams, and baby spinach, Olivia's organic, 75 grams. I'm having 3 tablespoons of Evu and macadamia nut combined on top of it. And that is my day. I'm having 1.5 Bulletproof coffees. So I am just finishing up number 1 that I got. I'm having some vitamin infused peak performance coffee. It is very good. And with my usual oils in it. In my first Bulletproof coffee, I have a tablespoon of Calapo organic coconut oil, unrefined. I have a tablespoon of Dave Asprey's Brain Octane and 1 tablespoon of Kerrygold. And I also put in it pink Himalayan salt, 1 tablespoon of diatomaceous earth, and some xyla, just to sweeten it just a bit. And that is my first cup of joe for the day, and it lasts me quite a while. And then later on in the day, which will be like 9 or 10 today, because now it's 5 in the morning, I will have a second cup, and then I will eat at 3. I work tonight at midnight. So this was kind of interesting. This is May 2018's Men's Health. This is Michael Jordan. And the first thing he lets everybody know is that he is not related to Michael Jordan of basketball fame and baseball. But so he's worked hard to be his own Michael Jordan, and he stars in Black Panther. So it's kind of cool. But this is a very fascinating article about men and body dysmorphia and eating disorders. And after reading most of it, I was determining that men keep their anxiety, their issues, their feelings and emotions about this to themselves. They aren't as forthcoming with things. And sometimes they have eating disorders that kind of different than women. So that's why I thought I'd bring it up, because it is very interesting how they approach it. And I would say that most men with their eating disorders that started early, most of them would probably say that they thought they could exercise their way out of gaining weight. You know, that they talk about the dad bod here. And so then that sets in a whole other bunch of compulsive anxiety, because they get to the gym and of course everybody's buff and sweaty and shirtless and all that kind of stuff. And it's like coming out and wanting to do something, but yet, there you are with all of these already done to perfection men. And it takes, first you have it on media, then you have it in the magazines like this, and then you have it on Facebook and everywhere else that you are on the internet. And you tend to kind of think, does any other man overeat? I think you need some Jimmy Moore in your life, because not every man is fit and buff that goes along with the fit and buff women that don't even weigh 100 pounds that we have to endure as women, right? So this is just a little quiz. Wait, is this me? If you exercise, you can improve your health, usually. But for some people, it awakens a monster of anxiety, obsessiveness, and compulsiveness. Here's how to check yourself. This is kind of cool for guys because it's like they can read this. It's in their regular magazine that like stresses fitness and health. And I've been reading Men's Health for like 15 years. And it's my go-to. I tried Women's Health, but it was too much like Cosmo, you know, with window dressing. And so I like Men's Health. I love the way they cook in it. You know, although some of them, you know, stress they have quinoa and rice and oatmeal or even whole grain bread. You know, for the most part, it's good eating. And it's so funny that people always go to the chicken breast and broccoli. It's like, go to the chicken thigh and broccoli, right? So, they talk about, they do a little, an eating disorder assessment. And it's just 6 quick questions. And they ask you to put never, rarely, sometimes, often, usually, or always. And these are the 6 questions. It's kind of interesting because, I don't know, with my food addiction and my exercise and my anxiety, compulsiveness, and what's the other one? Oh, obsessiveness. How could I forget that? It's for different reasons or different approaches. So it's just kind of interesting. This is for men, but like we can identify. I weigh myself many times a day. I want that chip in that scale where the $5 goes to me every time you get on the scale after that once a week weigh-in. Use of laxatives is one way I control my weight. Well, a lot of us females are very familiar with laxatives and the right combination. And some of us may even continue it into our keto life because some things take a while to let go of. And it's all okay. It's just working on it that counts, right? Like aspartame, right, Alma? Oh, did I say that? Good for you in June. My heart's with you. All right. So others are concerned about my eating habits. Now, a couple of people I talked about Mother's Day recently and going out to eat and you know the difficulties in social situations. That's another video I just recorded. And you know, people may make fun of us for our pickiness in a restaurant if we're asking for things. I myself don't even like restaurants anymore because by the time I get things, you know, ordered my way, you know, why bother? I'll just stay home and have the best cut of meat and the organic veggies and the best oils available and enjoy it, right? I'll put my money towards the coffee. I check my body several times a day for fatness. Now, this is the male version. Kind of interesting, isn't it? And in this article, at one point, it says the average man checks himself out in a mirror 9.2 times a day. So, you know, we think that they're blasé about it. They don't think about it. They just exercise, get that 6-pack, 8-pack, 24-pack, 30 sleeve. I don't know what it is. And they're good to go and they don't think about it. But for some men, it must be just such an internal stress because no man wants to share it. And they do mention that too, that like all of this obsessiveness, compulsiveness, and anxiety is usually something that women have. And so they don't want to be in that camp. And it's hard to come clean about that. So it gives me a new appreciation and respect for the men because this could all be going on inside of them. And then if they're overweight, they probably have a lot of the inside stuff too that we have, and they don't have a clue how to go about it. We're much more in touch with all of that because we've been weighing ourselves and going to Weight Watchers for 30 years, right? So we have the anxiety, competitiveness, compulsiveness, and obsessiveness that, you know, comes built in because we're always comparing ourselves. And it's so funny when a woman dresses really nice and, you know, people think she's dressing for the man. No, she's competing with other women. We're such a bunch, aren't we? And then the final one is my day is planned around burning calories. So this is, very much like the guy that goes to the gym and just, thinks he can out exercise his gain. And I'm sure the male metabolism is slowing down just like ours has. So anyway, it says, answering always to these and other statements suggests you've probably crossed the line. Always. If you think you have, the National Eating Disorders Association, and you can put that in with .org to get their information online, offers a screening tool. And the good news is that the treatment yields a rate success of 60% of people with an eating disorder making a full recovery with their treatment. The line is in the sand. Do you control it or does it control you? I like that, because do you control your food or does your food control you? I think that when most of us start a new food plan, especially keto, where we have to do the pantry purges and all of that, we really have to, we do get a little obsessive and anxious. We don't want to do anything wrong. And then, sometimes we get totally into the details and stop being fun to our family and friends. And then some of us make the mistake of thinking that we should be out there correcting, like we're a missionary for the keto. We're not. That you learn real quick if you start suggesting it to people. And so you want to just go about your business. If somebody really wants to know, you can tell. And if you can't tell, just answer them briefly. And if they ask more questions, then they may be curious about what you're doing. And you may have captured a face-to-face keto friend that will be committed. But for most of us, we just tune in here and rely on each other in our keto community online. It's sad but true, but wonderful all at the same time. So anyway, seek therapy right away if you think you have a problem. I don't picture a lot of men seeking therapy right away if you think you have a problem. Go to a specialist and be clear about your concerns about your body image, eating, and muscularity. So anyway, it's a very interesting, it's a very interesting food plan. And maybe I'll do a second part of this, but diets gone awry. Not all eating disorders that affect men are related to body image disturbance, but they can still be dangerous to your physical and emotional health. Here are some others seen at treatment centers. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Well, that's kind of us anyway. Purging disorder. I can't picture a man doing it, but they do it. And sometimes it can be a standalone disorder, or throwing up, taking laxatives. Nighttime eating syndrome, which I address here often in videos. You're driven to consume excessive amounts of food late at night, which can delay the first meal of the day for several hours, which we are often encouraged to do here. This behavior, if it's consistent, can cause guilt and psychological stress, right? Isn't that the wearing down emotionally and psychologically? Diabulimia, interesting. People with type 1 diabetes who have to take insulin to control blood sugar, which can result in weight gain, which we learn if we watch all the documentaries and listen to the doctors talk about insulin and inflammation. Those with diabulimia restrict their insulin dose to control their weight, a dangerous and potentially fatal practice. Well, all of us here are saying, just go keto, and one day you might not even need the insulin. Try that one out and enjoy your fat. Drunkorexia. The widely used non-medical slang term is used to describe the act of restricting food calories to counter alcohol calories. Could that be you? Because you are often drinking on an empty stomach, you increase your risk of alcohol poisoning. So, to those of you that think that keto is a free ride with drinking, think again. There's always metabolical things going on inside of you. Alcohol is a poison, just like diet sodas, just like fake frankenfoods, all those sort of things. It does play a part. It's not free. There's no free, especially when it comes to your health. Orthorexia. And one poor keto, lovely, lovely young lady was accused of being this way because she's so skinny. And every woman out there wishes that they could be her just for the day because she's lovely. And I read the comments, and everybody just wants to rip her apart. There is so much envy and jealousy about this woman and what she does for herself. And she's perfectly fine. I mean, the first time I saw them just trash her for using instant coffee in her Bulletproof coffee. I mean, really? But in this recent one, I mean, they're just vicious to her. And it's like, because she's lovely and she's tiny and she works it. I mean, she's just the sweetest soul. And they're accusing her of having all kinds of mental disorders. And it's like, she seems perfectly fine. You have an unhealthy obsession. This is orthorexia. Scott, the truck driver, also did a video on this, and so did I a long time ago. It's when I had that skin cancer thingy. You have an unhealthy obsession with healthy foods, which has less to do with your body and more to do with a rigid belief system about what is or isn't healthy or natural. If it's extreme, you might eat just fruits and vegetables only, or refuse to touch food unless it's certified organic. Granite. I'll grant you that. As a result, you could end up severely undernourished. Well, you know me, I'm always aiming for those of us to be better nourished, and those that don't have a clue about keto food plans, or at least mine, you know, I'm having intensely dark green veggies every day. I'm having moderate amounts of protein, and it's high fat, and it just works. But it's just funny because it's like, you know, it's a balanced food plan. We just don't have fruits anymore. And so anyway, that's the deal here. It's rather long. I will see you the next time. So if you're a man, good for you, because you've struggled in your own little private world, probably as much as we have. It's just that that article just really exposes it, and I appreciate that. I will see you the next time here on Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. This has been Sarah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye for now.